Hey there everybody, Popontop here, and welcome to State of Decay 2. So this game just recently came out. It's an Xbox exclusive. I guess it's on PC as well because all Xbox exclusives are on PC now too. It's crossplay and all that stuff, so you can play with people on PC, do all that stuff. So we're going to be starting a new game. We're going to be playing through some State of Decay. We'll do this for however long I can. It's a very hard game though. If you don't know what State of Decay 2 is, it's a zombie survival game with some semi-realistic aspects to it. Nobody's overpowered. Bullets are hard to find. Supplies in general are hard to find. And it's kind of a management sim in that way because you have these communities you have to take care of and stuff. We'll get through all that as we play. We're going to start a new one. We're going to replay the tutorial just to show you guys what it's like. We're going to actually just pick this save file. We'll replay the tutorial so you guys can see all that. We'll do the base stuff, but if you skip the tutorial, once you play through it, you can skip the tutorial, pick who your survivors are and all that stuff. If you play the tutorial, then you're going to have the same basic survivors. Actually, we could skip it. I mean, right? We can skip it. You guys, we don't need to show the tutorial. I'll explain things as we go. So, this game does feature co-op. We're not going to be playing co-op in my current playthrough. This little tip says on the bottom. But you can play co-op. Essentially, you got survivors that you have to take care of. And you control one of them at a time, but you can have other ones with you. You can have a whole party of people go out and do things. This game is not focused on guns. You do get guns, but they're not something you can use very much. So we're going to start a community here. We can pick our survivors here. And then they have different stats and stuff here. So as you see, cardio stats, wit stats, fighting stats, shooting stats, and then some other little things. This lady has like special movie trivia stat. So apparently that's something. We'll just refresh though. We'll show some different things off. This lady's a volunteer coordinator, took crazy road trips, and slept in a tree once. She has high wits, pretty decent cardio. Her fighting is bad, her shooting, she does never shot a gun in her entire life. She's good at gardening though, that's a useful extra skill to have. You want to look for these people that have extra skills. Like this guy's got craftsmanship. He's a little bit disorganized though, so I don't know how much that's going to weigh against him. We also have this taught gymnastics pessimist. We don't want a pessimist in our group, so let's get rid of her. We got Treehouse. What a name. Like, some people have these weird names. This is Wazir. We can skip him. Look at this guy. He's a rifle collector, has traumatic flashbacks. But he's really, really good at shooting. I don't want traumatic flashbacks, though. So obviously each person has positives and negatives here, right? So this person sold crafts online. Is a little forgetful. I'll skip him. We don't turn life around. Loves to dance. Cardio is really good, so we'll just put cardio lady in. Udiag. I don't know how to say that name. Goes by last name Castillo. He's a Shakespearean actor and a librarian. He's very witful. Cardio's alright, fighting's good, shooting's alright. He's good at acting, apparently. So this will be our starting party. We have Victoria Castillo and Udiak Umorin. Just because, I mean, we'll switch her up because I can't even say her name. Patrick. He's got good cardio too. He's good at utilities, which is good. He's into ultimate frisbee. He's an early riser. He's a meter reader, apparently. So he reads meters. We got two guys and a chick here in our starting party. And, well, I mean, I can kind of explain here real quick what stats do. Cardio stat is how much stamina you have and how well you use it and stuff. Wit stat is your ability to scavenge things and how quietly you do it or whatever, and you can upgrade all these things. As you see, when you get to these star rankings, you get to max rank, you can upgrade that. We'll get into that. Fighting is how well you can hit with melee weapons and stuff. Shooting is how well you can shoot guns, and then you have alternate stats like gardening is how good you're gardening. We're going to start a oh, I hate refresh on accident again. We have another gardener. He's even better in gardening though. He's a paintball repulsive gardener. Alright, so we'll get rid of the other gardener. Cooking, that might be good. We'll switch it up though. Let's try to find some good medicine. Might be a good one. Man in medical offers hard to kill. Hard to kill is a really good stat. Gives him bonus HP and stuff, but their other stats are really bad. But let's skip that then. You're trying to find the right balance here, right? Skip slaughterhouse worker, sports gambler, confident, sports trivia. We don't really care. Cooking a little bit. Cardio's okay. Hand model, food torturer. Apparently it is strong. I don't know what the strong set does, but art sounds good. Castillo has good wits. And then we got gardening over here with a little bit of cardio. Let's start the community up. Are you sure this is the community you want? Yes, this is fine. We'll just roll with this. 3 dudes. But we just got a variety of stats and stuff. And obviously, if you play the tutorial, you play something a little bit different, right? You'll play through some like basic story mission stuff. But there's not a huge amount of actual story in this game. It's more like just some basic survivor stuff. Most of the stuff comes from like emergent shit. So essentially, you're just like, you deal with things as they come and like the stories that you make, right? Stuff that happens to you and your people. So we're gonna start out here.
Empty again. So, whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time I accidentally riled up a damn horde. I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on. I admit it, it looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
Now that you mention it, it does feel kinda homey.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible. Maybe with some room to expand.
So, if you play this tutorial, you get to pick which area you go to. There's 3 different areas where you can start your first base at. This we just give us a random one assigned. So we're gonna make a new home. We start out with our character here. It is a third-person game. The graphics aren't maybe the greatest thing in the entire world, but I appreciate them. I like the style. There's Jeffrey and Castillo. Castillo's got the nice little like horse hoodie or whatever. We start out with some basic stuff. We got a pipe weapon. You hit down on the D-pad and you can do all your stuff. We don't have a home yet. We're gonna look at the map. This is an available, or yeah, this is a new home, a place where we can make a home. And there's some people who live here, like in a home already. But let's see. Look, this is the map we're on. It's quite large, relatively. First thing we want to do though is you want to head to one of these places. We're gonna head this way. You hold down the left bumper to run. As you see my bottom left corner, we got the stamina bar. Oh, we got a zombie already. So we'll fight this thing. We got 3 people. We should be doing fine. As you see, you just hit zombies a lot. You just spam the X button, but you can't really spam it. This game is actually more of a thinking game, all right? Like, I know it just seems like a brawler so far, but with stamina management, all this stuff, you got to take care of these guys. You get dead. We got one more over here. Did we get them, you guys? Good job. Well, we're gonna head to.
Real quick.
Hit which one real quick? Is there zombies on? Hello? My flashlight's on apparently too. That's weird. Well, there's one over there. I don't really care about that. The one thing I don't like about the game is like there's an extreme amount of motion blur. So as you see, if I move the camera around at all, everything just blurs out and you can't like see. I don't like that necessarily. There's some zombies on the way here. It's tutorial-like stuff. If you hold down the right trigger like we showed there, you hit down the right trigger and then you hit X.
Plague zombie.
Oh, there's a plague zombie. These zombies, if they hit you, will give you the plague virus or whatever, and it will fill up a bar. And if you get it all the way, your character is doomed to die unless you can heal them. We'll show that when it's relevant, because I'm sure it'll eventually become relevant. That looks like our house up there. That's where they want us to make a house. I don't think we have to pick that one. Also, we're going to quickly go over here real quick while we're here. The search mechanic. You have to hold down Y. You can also hit left bumper while you're doing this to fast search, but you can fail that and make a bunch of noise and then track zombies in your area. There's some shotgun shells. We'll take those, obviously. We'll store them later if we need to. I was looking for the big tall towery place, right? Is that what? Oh, it's across the street. So there's some stuff here. What do we got here? We got a fruit stand that you can find food here, right? So like some realistic stuff in the clinic. We're gonna need all this stuff. It's gonna be super relevant later, right? Because we need to manage the supplies. There's different supplies. There's food supplies. There's medicine supplies. There's ammo supplies. There's fuel supplies, and I believe there's building supplies. And that's all your supplies. But you got to micromanage all of that stuff.
Yeah, this feels like a loot-rich environment.
We're going to be able to loot this. We'll loot this real quick, and then we're going to go up to the top of the tower. And when we're to the top of the tower, we can look around, and we'll scout our surroundings, which I think is why it's the most important thing to do. We got painkillers here, which kind of function as one of the game's healing items. So real quick, we'll climb to the top of this, and we'll scout around and see if we can see anything out in the world. It does allow you to tag locations, which is helpful, because like I said, we walked by some of those over there, the ones across the street that we can kind of see that direction. But at the same time, it's like you need to know where everything is at, because you need to know where you find supplies and various other things. We're gonna get into it. It's gonna be big. This is a really big game. But ever since it came out, I've been highly addicted to it, right? Like, we've just been like cranking it out hard. So I figured I'd play it for you guys. But we have something to search up here too, so we'll do that real quick. I do not want to search quickly, just because like zombies will get called out. There's a bunch of stuff that looks like it's a scan around here, so we'll see what we can find and where we can find it. Okay, so 45 caliber rounds is good. We don't have a base yet, so everybody's kind of a little bit upset about it. We don't have a gun either to start, but as you see, if we aim at these question marks, we'll tag locations.
We should put an outpost in that building.
We can put an outpost. We'll do outposts later. You need to have a player home first, and then you can build 2 outposts. We'll get into all that later. But outposts will give you your base supplies, or maybe provide you with extra beds or some other various things. There's an overlook campsite, apparently. There's some more stuff to scan. As you see, there's a top bar there. There's a lot of stuff to go over. This is a very complex game. I mean, it does tutorialize all this stuff. I skipped the tutorial because I figure I could do just as good a job as the game.
Found some new neighbors.
There's some neighbors. So there's some people that live there, which is nice. But we got to settle at a home. We got to scout all this stuff, though. I figure this is the most important thing to do. This is always the most important thing. In the tutorial, they tell you to do this before you do anything else. So this is what we're doing. We're doing the same thing. I like your horse hoodie. Or is it like a zebra? I don't know. You got like stripes.
It's a new home for us.
That one's our home over there. Scan the rest of these things. We have one more on this right there, back there.
Nothing more.
It tells you when you're done. Scanned all the things. So we can take a look here real quick at our map. This is what they... Oh no, there's the people we scanned. Those are neighbors, I guess. Well, will be our neighbors. There's also some people who live here. Weird smelling shack. Sometimes you don't know what they're going to do. This is the corral. We don't know what kind of stuff it has here. Dirty Bird Espresso. Gives you morale bonus if you make this an outpost, because you can make coffee. We can see all the stuff here. There's a campsite. There's all kinds of things. There's obviously other scouting places because you want to scout this area when we go over there. First and foremost, you want to start in your local area. We're going to head to the house. I don't think there's any other places to make a home in this area. Sometimes there's more than one, and you can kind of pick and choose, but this one just has this particular location. It's up on a hill. It should probably be a nice spot to do this. So this is something you have to be very careful with. When you're climbing down a ladder, you have to like just move the left stick the tiniest bit because you can't fall. All right, you do not want to fall. The game is kind of glitchy and buggy. I know that reviewers mention this the most about the whole game. That it's like, oh, this game is so buggy and glitchy and gross. It's like it's not as bad as you think. I think, and I'm having too much fun with it to care. We're gonna just head to the house though. You can press A at any time to hop off the ladder. It's also the like the jump button or climb over button. But we're not gonna do that until we're at least close to the bottom. The towers are tall, and you can die if you fall. And permadeath is a thing. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Probably haven't. But permadeath is a thing. So if any of my survivors here die for any reason, then they're just dead. So we don't want to let that happen. What we're going to have to do, though, when we get to this potential house site, is we're going to have to kill all the zombies inside. So clear it out, obviously. And then we'll make it a home, and then we'll start the micromanagement aspect of the game. Which is complicated. There's a lot of complex factors that are going on at hand, and there's a lot of micromanagement decisions to make. This one looks like it's got a basketball hoop. Is this like a neighboring house? Is this not the house we're supposed to go to? My guy here, the one that I happen to control, is the one that I have of my characters that has the best cardio, so we're doing good on that. There's a zombie. Get up. He's angry. Do not get shoved in it like that. There we go. You need to die. Get off me. Let's finish this one off. Sometimes that grab button thing doesn't work. Like I said, it's a little bit buggy, a little bit like just stuff that can be fixed though. It could easily be patched out. Alright, so let's head. This is our home. It's got a gate. You can see it's like very much set up to be a place where you can live. Most homes look similar, but you can get different varieties of one. This is our starting one here. So sometimes doors are locked. You gotta slam them, which also lets zombies know that you're there. We have to clear this place of zombies, just room by room. So areas explored 1. So this is the kitchen. So that's 2. This is our storage area, or will be our storage area. This is the backyard where we can build gardens and various other things. You see this orange squared out location. Someone's outside the gate. You're very angry. I see you. Fine. There you go. Finish them off on the ground. There's also the bedroom in here.
With a bit of work, I think we could settle down here.
I think we could settle down here. This is obviously going to be our home. The game is just being semantic because it's showing off that the characters have feelings.
All that's left to do is claim this place.
So there was one zombie here that actually was very, very easy to handle. So we're gonna head up here, and then we'll head to this little thing. Claim home site. It shows you all the potential stuff you got going on here. So there's a kitchen already installed. There's a master bedroom, so it gives you 2 beds automatically. A double bunk room. Provides 4 beds in a tight space, which is not necessarily the greatest. Master bedroom's obviously better. And then the trash you can clear. We'll get to that later. And then there's a 2-car garage, and it requires at least 1 person. We can claim this as our home site. We're just gonna set that up right now. And then we'll have to start micromanaging, like I said. So
priority has to be gathering materials. We'll need them to improve this place.
We need you to put eyes on a new area.
Alright, so this is the plateau territory. Climb to the nearby top of a cell tower to clear the area, or to scan the area. We're going to be doing that here right now. I guess we already did do that, but they want us to do it again? They want us to climb the same tower we did already. Okay, so I'm going to head there and do that. If I run into anything nasty along the way. Obviously, my people are just going to stay home now, but I'm going to head out on my own as this character. Who are we again? We are... Art. Okay, Art here. We're going to go climb the tower. And I will see you guys when we get there. Okay, so we're to the top of the tower. We've already surveyed it. We can look at it. Fills your map with locations. Open your map in each icon to see what's available to scavenge. Use the information you collect to plan scavenging runs and outpost claims. Okay, we've already done that. We've done this. We've already scanned all this stuff, so we don't have to survey for sites that might have materials. We already surveyed. All sites surveyed. I have to look for stuff that might have materials, though, apparently. But I've already surveyed, so I don't think I can, which is, I think that might bug out this quest. That is not a good thing. We'll see. Like, okay, let's find places that just have materials. Materials looks like wood stacks. Right there, there's one. So, like, if we look at it, will that count it again?
Project's coming along. Just need a little more time.
Okay, just skip that part. It figured it out. what we need is some building materials. That's the first thing that the game is going to recommend us that we get, because we can't start building new facilities like an infirmary for medicine and stuff, or building more beds or upgrading our defenses or anything like that in our home until we get some building materials. We need some other things too. We're going to need some food. We're going to need, you know, medicine and stuff to treat people in an infirmary we build potentially or whatever. But for the first part, we're just going to start with the building materials, and you need to get a rucksack. A rucksack is not like normal loot. We were already filled on actually regular loot because I found some stuff on my trip here back to the tower. Sure, some trunks and stuff. I got a new hatchet that I have equipped, and then I have so my pipe's down there. I got a celebrity gossip magazine, which you can trade parts so you can use to craft some more things. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head for, where's the building over here? So one of these buildings had building materials. That's medicine. Storage shelter right here. We'll head to that. Not too far away. We'll just try to skip the zombies along the way. I don't want to cut too much of this out because I think part of this game's interest and intrigue or whatever is that it's like tense all the time. As you see, my cardio stat went up there as well. So just from running around, your cardio gets better. It makes sense, right? Like, it's a logical progression of things. Very Oblivion, I guess, maybe is an example I could think of where, like, you gain stats based on how well you do it. There's a zombie there. No problem. In a one-on-one fight, any of your survivors, presuming they even have a weapon, should be able to take down zombies, no problem. And then we'll search these areas. So what we're looking for is a rucksack. As you see here, this could contain medicine or building supplies. We're going to get building supplies first. There's carpeting, it's materials. It all counts as materials. It's all fine. We're gonna get the building materials back to our base, and then we'll move on. We can obviously search more stuff there, and things are permanent. So say you search that whole area or whatever, and you take everything out of that thing won't regenerate loot. All right, so it's very much like almost like a permanent type of system where you're just like very much like you clear an area out, you gotta move on. You're gonna have to move to the next area.
Legs here.
I'm running out of stamina. That's all my character is doing. Stamina recovers fairly quickly, but if you're in the middle of combat, it can be a little bit nasty. You also have these snacks you can eat that will instantaneously refill your stamina. So we got building supplies. We already have 3 anyway. It says we want to establish a meds outpost as well. So if we get a rucksack, like we have the building rucksack right here, we take it to this location.
It's time to get
and
building.
We store it, and we're allowed to build now.
Or an infirmary would be a good place to start.
So I am gonna start. Well, we gotta clear this, right? Is this garbage? Is this clear trash?
Time to give your neighbor
It's gonna cost 2 people and 50 seconds. Let's just get rid of that.
As soon as I can.
And some people need my help. That's what's going on.
That's a relief.
We'll have to help them in a second too. Everything's going real fast. So, a workshop or an infirmary. I think. We're gonna have to craft. Oh man, I really like an infirmary is too important. I think. So we're gonna build an infirmary, cost 3 materials. As you see, my resources up in the upper left corner. Also, my morale, yeah, is stable right now. Everything's fine. We're just starting out. We got to clear this trash out of the way. We also have to talk to Mia because she wants something. We don't have to do this quest, obviously, but we also got to figure this out. We also should find some gas. There's some gas over here. What we can do is we can, real quick before we go talk to Mia, we can go find some gas. We'll get a fuel can, go take it back to our old car that didn't have any gas in it, and then we'll have a little bit of means of easier transport. So I think we're going to start with that. We may even do the whole Mia thing next episode. The problem is that those quests are not permanent either. Like, survivors who need your help will get impatient with you. They'll very much be like, all right, well, you didn't come help me, so I guess you're not my friend, and then get angry. They could be hostile, and this is definitely something that's majorly... Oh, we don't even need to go in here. The gas is going to be out in the gas cans.
Yeah, we did it.
So we built an infirmary, which is good. That's already done, so that's nice. We'll have that when we come back to our base. We'll take the gas can. Oh, I didn't even stash my stuff. I messed up really bad. We'll take a stack of cooking oil because it counts as, what is that? Fuel? It's fuel, apparently. It's interesting that cooking oil counts as fuel. Real quick, I'm going to head back to my base and deposit some of this stuff. And we'll just... This is a lot of this game, right? There's a lot of back and forth micromanagement things like this. We got barbed wire all around our stuff, which is pretty nice. Zombies will still attack, and they'll come in the gates and stuff. We have fuel. We could drop this fuel off. And we'll drop off some of our other stuff that we don't need to make some more space. So we'll drop the fuel off. We know how fuel storage is. If you have like generators and stuff, that thing's going to cost fuel, right? So we'll store some of this stuff. We don't need the pipe. We don't need the bullets. We don't even have a gun right now. And we'll store the extra painkillers because we got bandages. I want to keep that inventory light. And as you see, I want to show we're traveling light right now. We're 7. Up at the top here, underneath my name, under inventory, is like your encumbrance level. So it's like a weight system as well as a number of slot systems. So you can get different backpacks that have different amount of sizes you can equip with things. But it's mostly just like a weight. You can get over encumbered, but you can still move. It's just going to cost more stamina to do so. It's never a situation where like, you know, like Fallout or Skyrim where you become over encumbered and then literally can't walk. So we left the gas can in here. We'll take that. We'll leave the rest of the loot here for later, and then we'll head back to our car and hopefully not run into too many of these shitheads along the way. Not that it should be too big of a problem. If we do, I think we can handle ourselves just fine. Like, this is the early game stuff. They're not going to throw anything too difficult. They don't spawn some of the harder zombies. There's like variants and stuff, bigger, badder ones. We're also working our cardio up, which is nice. We're going to get here soon to the max level of cardio, which will be really good because that will allow us to pick a specialty skill to get to that one when it happens. So, get influence. Influence is kind of the points you spend to buy things with from other people and stuff, as well as be able to make outposts. Transfer your home, do all kinds of things. Everything is influence is kind of the currency rather than having like cash or anything like that. You got to spend influence. So obviously most of the cars in this game are broken down and shitty. Most of them don't work. Cars that are all can be used are all marked on the map. Some cars you find are like so damaged they're just broken, so it's not even useful. But they do exist. Our car here should be fine for the most part, just for the fact that we ran out of gas. So there's some zombies here, which is a little concerning. Because when you fill up gas is a new mechanic in State of Decay 2 over State of Decay 1. You got to go back here, refuel. You have to watch out. As you see, that's how much fuel we're going to get, and fuel goes down at a pretty quick rate. Never mind, we can't actually fill our gas. There's a zombie. And these are the things. It's a survival game, right? You got to be aware of these things. You got to micromanage all of your time, right? Can I even afford to refuel right now? No, because I have to refuel. I have to take care of these zombies or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to refuel. It should be pretty quick. We refueled. We have a car now, which should make this traveling around a lot more convenient. But this car is temporary, right? It's a little bit banged up, as you can see. Like, there's visual signs of stuff. We can kill zombies a lot easier now that we have a car, though, as well. What we're going to do is we're going to head to that lady who needed our help, or whatever, talk to Mia. So we'll head down that direction. But yeah, it's an extremely fun game because it doesn't let you quit in the middle of quests or whatever, right? Like, there's no like save points or anything like that. So like, you very much have to commit to things and like go kind of in on stuff to get stuff done. So we're gonna talk to Mia though. She's this direction. We also run zombies overall. That's just fun stuff. She could need anything though. This lady who's a survivor. This is also a road I didn't even realize. It's a dirt road. We'll just head down the dirt road here. Cars make a lot of noise, so if zombies are around you, they'll hear you. I was just trying to run them over. No, there's one on your door. You can smash the X button to smash them with your door. I actually have an achievement already for killing 50 zombies that way. So we're here at Mia's house. Mia, you got a zombie outside, lady. There's another one out here too. We want to clear these guys. We're not going to be able to talk to Mia anyway because Mia's AI will teach her that the zombies are more important to kill.
Stop on in for a while.
Okay, I'm coming. Mia, yeah, see, she's too busy. Too busy taking care of zombies. Okay, there's 3 survivors here. That's actually quite a community. Mia. Hey. Not Sarah. I want to talk to Mia. You're the leader. What do you need? We're trying to gather plague samples, but we're having a hard time. Could you help us out? I can handle that.
The way to collect samples is by killing plague zombies. There's a plague heart nearby. That whole area should be crawling with infected zombies. Or you could just destroy the plague heart itself to get a bunch of samples.
Alright, so we'll have to destroy a plague heart. I
Gear up before you get started on this one.
Yeah.
Helping out like this is a good way to make friends.
That is true. It is a good way to make friends.
Off. We could use allies out here.
We could use some allies out here, and we're gonna make some friends. We will do that definitely. It's gonna happen. Plague hearts are hard though, because like those plague zombies that infect you, and they're harder to kill, and all this stuff. They camp around these hearts here, and the hearts you have to kill, or you could just kill plague zombies, and then we get their data, and then or like their genes or whatever, their blood samples essentially, and the samples allow you to craft a cure for the disease. These people need a cure. We're gonna work on that. We'll probably work on that next time. We're gonna need to get some stuff to prepare. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first episode. One thing, you know, it's dark, right? If it's supposed to be a dark day, it's very dark. You got a flashlight for that reason. But But yeah, so we're going to be doing that the next episode. We'll work on the plague hearts and stuff. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd like rating down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. It's the easiest way you can check out the rest of my State of Decay 2 videos, because we're going to do it in a playthrough. As long as it lasts, you might all just die, and that may be how the story goes for me and my survivors here in the plateau. But pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, whatever it's going to be, and I'll see you in the next episode.